Hi everyone, welcome to WesKnows Tech News and Reviews. Today we'll be talking about a strange but new animal from Samsung. And that is the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2, the new addition to their trackers. This is an initial impressions review, so we're going to talk about the Galaxy Fit 2. We're going to see about what it can do well, what it can't do at all, or what it does badly. If you are new to WesKnows Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss out. Now, before we start talking about the new Fit 2, let's talk about its predecessor, the Galaxy Fit. I think the Fit was a strange animal as well. Well, firstly, because it cost a lot of money, a ton of money. If you wanted to go out and get the Fit, you would have to splash out £100 or $100. That's a lot of money for the lack of functionality that it offered. Because you could be out there on the market and you would be paying 30, 40, maybe £50 or $50 for something with more functionality than the original Fit. As we get into this review, I really want to cover the things that this tracker does well and the things that it doesn't do too well or simply doesn't do them at all. Another thing I would like to mention about the Samsung trackers and watches in general is that unless you have a Samsung phone, things do become a bit hairy and just complicated. For example, to run this tracker on your phone, you need to download at least 2 apps. So you need the Samsung Health app, and then you need your Samsung Wearable app. So me having the Samsung Galaxy Watch active, I thought that would be the app I have to use. But no, it just doesn't connect through that app. So I had to go to the Apple Store and download another app, the Samsung Galaxy Fit app. Okay, so the setup process was really easy, but it's just, why can't everything be in just one app, as it's done across all the other fitness tracker brands out there? Well, let's get into it. Let's start talking about the design, we'll get into the display, and then we'll talk about the core functionality and the nice functionality. Let's talk about the design of the Galaxy Fit 2. There's nothing premium about this, and you can see it. It's plain. It's got a rectangular shape to it, it's got rounded corners, it's got a silicone strap, but what you can do is also pop out the pallet-like face. Here you go, here's the strap, here's the face. So you can pop it out or in easily, and of course you do it to interchange the straps. But if you recall, with the original Fit there was a problem. So you could pop out the face, but there weren't many interchangeable straps. So you were pretty much stuck with either the black or the silver strap that you bought with the original watch. I do like the strap though, because I think it is quite functional. So it does have quite a lot of holes along the side, so you can find just the perfect fit, which is excellent. Also during exercise, your wrist does get quite a lot of breathability. Another cool feature with the clasp is that it is a clip and tuck clasp, which is quite convenient to put on even during exercise. So you can use it and it will be functional, which is important for a fitness tracker after all. There is no physical button anymore. It's fully reliant on the touchscreen on the 1.1-inch AMOLED display. Another factor is that it is just 21 grams, and if you recall the predecessor, it was actually 24 grams. Another interesting point is that this little tracker at only 21 grams does pack a huge battery. In fact, the battery should take you up to 15 days. I've only had the tracker for 2 days, so I can't say, but I will say what the test came out with further down the line. One thing you can be sure about: this is not the most exciting wearable this year, but it is very much functional, because for a very decent price of 50 quid or $50, you are getting quite a lot of functionality in this little thing. It's light, it's cheap. Check this out. You get plenty of auto-recognized activities here. By plenty, it's not just limited to running or walking or rowing or something else. No, it depends on the range of activities in Samsung, and it recognizes what you do based on the dynamics of the exercise. What I don't like is that it's preset at 10 minutes, but there's something that Fitbit does slightly better. because what it says is that you can customize that setting. It actually allows you to adjust those 10 minutes from anywhere between 10 minutes and 90 minutes. There's a huge amount of sport modes available. All you need to do is go to the Samsung Fit app, go into the health settings and choose from a huge array of sport modes. So on the tracker face, you can only keep 10 of these sports, but again, you don't need one, just take it off by unflicking the button or flick the button on and add one in. So really a huge array of sport modes, which is very exciting. As you would expect, there is heart rate monitoring, and it can either be continuous or intermittent at 3, 6 hours, and I think there's a 10-hour option. Another cool thing with this tracker is that there is stress monitoring. And the fact is, you can either have it on demand, so you just click the button and it runs when you want it, or you can set it as continuous in the app. There are quite a few downloadable faces. Now, I do think that 1.1 inch for the screen size, it's quite good on such a small tracker. And I think that the watch face could have been using the space slightly better and to create some faces which do provide more information. For example, the face I've got in front of us here today actually shows the weather, the battery charge, your heart rate and steps. Well, of course, the date and the time. But the thing is, this is the only watch face that actually has all these stats. With every other watch face, you'll be losing some key information that you do need. So that is a bit of a letdown, but it's not major, because 1.1 inch is a big screen. There's a lot of bright colors. And talking about brightness, the Fit 2 actually has 10 brightness levels. There's no auto brightness here, but that's fine, because the 10 levels are great. You can also choose how long you want the watch face to be lit up when you pick up the screen to your face. Let's talk about sleep. So Samsung has got your sleep covered. This little thing does actually track your REM sleep, your deep sleep and your light sleep. Now, REM sleep being the more complex of the three, this one does do it, and for 50 quid, that's a good deal. On top of that, this tracker actually gives you a sleep score that determines how good or bad your sleep quality was on the previous night. We talked about the battery life on the Fit 2. Samsung does claim that the Fit 2 can last up to 15 days on a single charge. So that's excellent. I think that for 50 quid, you get a great brand. You get a lot of functionality, such as core functionality as well as the cool features. But the actual charger does look simple and cheap. In fact, this charger here reminds me so much of the Honor Band 5 clip-on charger. Let me show you how it actually clips on. So who is this tracker for? Well, what I can say is that if you're looking for an inexpensive tracker from a big brand which has a lot of credibility, I would say this tracker is for you. Unless, of course, you are more than just a casual exercise. If you do go on your runs quite often, then you might need more goal-based activity profiles, or you might need something a bit more complex with maybe an onboard GPS tracker. If you want something smart, intelligent, you've always got the Mi Band 5, which also has auto activity recognition, and it also costs in the range of 50 quid, $50. Of course, if you do want to go for the Fitbit Inspire 2, that could be a good option, but you'd be paying almost double the price. So if you're looking at the cheaper segment, the Fit 2 will serve you well. By the way, thank you to everybody who has already subscribed to the WesKnows channel. If you haven't though, please click on the red subscribe button below the screen to make sure you don't miss out on any of the new content coming out.